Good morning. So today we'll see those histology slides, and the second half, that is when we'll talk. We'll talk about any topic, whatever you ask, right? We'll talk about it. So what I have done is, I'll tell you. So yesterday we talked about that epithelium, right? Epithelium. And in that, we said that simple epithelium is something which will be having a single layer. And in that, there was simple squamous, simple cuboidal, and simple columnar. Okay. Now all the images, they are all the histology images which you are about to see, right? And I'll share these images also. They are from the same slides which I am having, right? I have taken the pictures of that only. So that's why what you'll see is that it is like one slide. When I'll say that, say suppose this slide is of arteriole, right? Or this slide is of fallopian tube. So you'll watch that slide in 10x, 10 times magnification. Same thing you'll watch in 40x magnification, and then same thing you'll watch in 100x magnification. It is the same slide, right? Now what really happens when we watch it in books? One image is given to us. So at times we never get the real context that how large it is or where exactly that particular tissue is found. We shall be watching all three of them. Will not be worrying much about the stratified today. But in the columnar part, we'll surely be watching ciliated and non-ciliated. Trust me, within next half an hour, your concept would be absolutely clean about this part of histology. So let's start. See, we start with simple squamous epithelium, right? Simple squamous epithelium. So in this, these will be the identification points that it is a, just wait, just a minute. Okay, I think this seems okay. So here it is. It's a single layer of thin flat cells, right? Single layer of thin flat cells. Disc shaped central nuclei. This is the disc shape or the flat nuclei, right? Or the flat nuclei. This is what we are expecting, right? And there will be a very small amount of cytoplasm, obviously, because the size of the cell itself is small. So the cytoplasm, right? Over here, there will be cytoplasm. So cytoplasm would be very less because cell itself is less. Where do we really see these things? These will be the characteristic. We'll watch it in arterioles and arteries. Now see, when we'll be watching the arteries, it's not so that artery will be isolated and then the section is taken, right? Some tissue is sectioned and then it is watched. So you will be watching, say if we say arterioles, so you'll be watching several arterioles because these arterioles, they are actually into the tissue. Very right? They are into the tissue. Right? So amongst all the tissues, there will be arterioles. So we'll be focusing on those arterioles, small arteries. Internal lining of the heart. Yes, right? So that means the heart will take a section, right? Say for example, atria will take a section, and then internal lining. Say so because heart is like a chamber, right? We take a section, so that is where the internal lining would be seen, and we'll see these cells in the internal lining. When it will come to kidney, glomeruli, and corpuscles. Now, well, this is what you must be knowing, and that kidney, the functional unit of the kidney is what is called as the nephron, correct? It is called as the nephron. So in that there is a Bowman's capsule. It is called as the Bowman's capsule. Kidney works on the principle of ultrafiltration. Ultrafiltration means filtration under pressure. Same principle as that of the fighter planes or even our normal planes fly. Right? What the principle is that it takes large amount of air, right? Because these are the turbine engines. It takes large amount of air, right? That air is heated up, so it expands, and then via small nozzle, it is going out. So that's how why it will be creating the thrust, right? And and the entire aircraft would be pushed up. This is the reason that airplanes, they fly only when there is atmosphere. Airplanes cannot fly in space because there is no air, right? That's the reason over there you require rockets, because they generate the air, they generate the propulsive media by themselves, and that's how they move. Bowman's capsule, same thing, under pressure. So over here there would be afferent vessels, they will be getting right over here, and then there will be efferent. Efferent means they will be going out, and because of this pressure there would be various substances which would be oozed out, and then they will be going all the way into the convoluted tubules and finally into the duct, that is what is called as the collecting duct. All other Bowman's capsules, right, they will be convoluted tubules, they will be opening in it, and these ducts, they keep on getting collected, and finally it comes out in the form of ureter, right? So this is the Bowman's capsule. These are the convoluted tubules, right? Loop of Henle, collecting ducts, etc. Right? So this is in general. We'll see it in more detail. Lymphatics and the alveoli of the lungs. These are the other areas where we'll see them, and you'll be able to see, as said, the nuclei. That would be our main concern. Many times you'll be able to see even the cells very beautifully, right? So let's start with this. The first one coming up, arteriole. See, when this image is given, arteriole, right, it looks like where are the arterioles, right? Because this is a tissue, a section is taken. This is because it is just 10x. It is just 10x, 10 times multiplied, right? We are watching these areas. Watch for it. Which color would be suitable? No, not this. Okay. Watch for this small structure, right? Watch for this, watch for this, watch for this, this. These are all arterioles, see? But they don't look that appealing, because the magnification is less. Let's zoom it. We move on to 40x. See now how beautiful it looks. This is 40x. And now we can appreciate that, see, these are the cells. Cells look, right? These nuclei look flat. See? See the nuclei. Classically, the nuclei, they are literally flat, right? This is amongst all those soft tissues, right? There is fat and there are some other connective tissues. So when we are learning piece by piece. So today our main concern is, first let's identify the type of cells, right? So in arterioles, we watch that this is how that particular artery, so this particular artery, when it is sectioned, so it is showing these flat nuclei, right? These flat nuclei. Someone might say that this one is like rounded. Well, possible. Or maybe two nuclei, they are accumulated, like over here, like in this region, right? 2 3 nuclei, they are clubbed or crowded together. But mainly all the nuclei, they are quite flat, right? This is like they are flat, they are flat, they are flat, right? That's how they are, because this wall is like rounded, right? So they are flat. This is arteriole. Let's watch more. See here, this is one another arteriole, this one, this one. See how nicely all these flat nuclei, they are seen, absolutely flat. So if you remember, I said that many times you won't be able to see the cell, right? The cell itself. As such, it is very difficult to see the squamous cell because it is a flat cell, quite small, cytoplasm is less, but the nuclei, which is always stained dark, is beautifully seen. So here it is, right? These are all flat nuclei. Okay. This is 100x. Same thing, right? This is 100x. And this is like a combination of digital as well as optical magnification. Many times I have gone for digital magnification so that the structure can be seen very clearly. Over here, the entire purpose was only this one particular cell, right? This one particular cell. Here it is. I am marking it. Classical squamous cell, right? Absolutely classical squamous cell where all the characteristics are seen, right? It is flat and the nuclei is like that, less cytoplasm, right? Even other cells, this is also one of the cell which can be seen, right? Which can be seen. This is one more cell, right? See, so that's it. This is one more cell, right? So, but this one, this is literally a book picture. So that's how they really look like, this squamous cell, right? Now when we unzoom it or we go back to our original size, right, it looks like, so now it makes a sense. Okay, this is how the cells look like. When we take a section, right, why it never looks like, say, if this is, or I'll draw here, if this is the arteriole. So why all the cells, they are not exactly looking like that classical thing? Why it's not seen like this particular image which we actually draw and it looks like this? The reason is this will happen when the section is going exactly perpendicular, right? That if this is the tube and the section is going exactly at 90 degree, right at the 90 degrees, so that all the tissues, all the cells, they are exactly sliced at the same level. It never happens, right? Because these arterioles, so they are like arranged like this, right? So when some section goes on, so that section could go like this, right? So in which this particular wall, that is taken bigger one, this particular wall is lesser, so your section might be showing number of cells over here and then hardly anything over here, right? This is like when we take a section, it is over here, its section is round, right? But when the tube is like this, right, and then the section is taken, so then this particular section would be like this, right, elongated. So that's why cells will be at a multiple layer. This is reality, right? So something, when we see it in books and when we see it in reality, things are quite different, right? Exactly like humans, right? So this is the thing, right? Okay. We see more cells. As you'll see more and more, right, your concepts will become much and much clear. Now see, if you go back now, see, if you go back, you'll be able to pick up, this is fine arteriole. And when we see this is okay arteriole. And now when you'll go back to this, suddenly you'll start watching. Your brain would start, if I remove all these markings, right? If I remove all these markings, your eyes would start watching that yes, there are so many arterioles, right? This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this, all are arterioles. So we pick up any one of them, and it would, there would be these type of cells, right? So that's the how it's arranged. Now let's see some other tissues. This is our inner world. Now here is the artery. When you see the artery, right? So artery is independent, right? Because artery can be isolated and the section can be taken. So that's why over here you will see this is the bore or the caliber, right? This is the caliber of the artery, the inner caliber, right? Through which the blood would pass. And then these are the multiple layers, and then there are smooth muscles. So same section will be used when we'll be watching the smooth muscles, because we'll see that how it is arranged, right? But right now we just zoom on. We still go further, right? Where exactly I'm taking you? I'm taking you all the way. I'm taking you all the way over here in these areas, right? Over here, right? It is the inner one, right? Over here, right? See, these are definitely flattened. These are flattened cells, right? These are flattened cells. See here, right? See, these are all flattened cells, right? Over here, here. Correct? Once again, the section would not go exactly perpendicular. So that's why, but over here, almost most of the layers of the arteries, they are seen, and you are finding that cells are flattened. Yeah, transverse section. Still better. Now this is atrial wall, right? Atrial wall. So atrial wall means over here, these are all cardiac muscles, right? Because we are taking a section through atria. Let's zoom them. Still zoom further. And here it is. See the wall, right? You see all these flat, right? All these black things, flat black, these are nuclei. So this is how they in reality look like. Right? Now when we unzoom it, we go back, and you will find that yes, these are the areas, right? These are the areas where they look like. See over here, all those black flat structures, and let me zoom this thing, right? See all these black flat structures, they are squamous cells, right? These are the squamous cells because they are into the wall of atria, right? Or the cardiac wall. Right? See, in any of the wall you pick up, this is the wall, right? This is the wall, and all these, all of them, right? So let's see still better. We go to lymphatics. Now this is which collects that lymph, right? Very important for the immune system. So these are very delicate, very thin vessels, right? In which the lymphatic vessels. Let's zoom, right? See, it is this part, right? It is this part which we are focusing on, right? This part. So we zoom, right? You can see, right? This projection, this one. And if we zoom further, yeah, now this is so wonderful, right? Literally flat nuclei. See, flat nuclei, all flat. See, where is the cell wall, right? We literally, it is impossible to see the cell wall. Everything is identified with the help of only the nuclei because of the existence of dark stained nuclei, right? Now, once you have seen this thing, right, go back. Now, suddenly you'll find, Karat, there are so many flat nuclei. See, all the way lining, all the way, they are all flat. See, all of them, they are flat, right? They are not rounded, they are not long, elongated, right? When you'll see that elongated into that columnar, instantly you'll say, yes, this thing can never be missed, right? But flat, definitely, you'll immediately appreciate, yes, they are flat, right? So that's how they appear. Okay. And now we see the best of all, kidney. On the first attempt, it's not looking very appealing. What is this? Right? Here it is. I'm first drawing it, right? So first understand that what exactly are we looking. This is, as we said, the Bowman's capsule. Okay? This is Bowman's capsule. In one nephron, you will see several types of epithelium. Inside, there will be tuft of capillaries. So these will be, this color is not good. So this would be the afferent, which will be going inside. It will divide, right? So the pressure increases, and then there would be efferent. Efferent is exit. Efferent is exit. That means one which is going. Afferent is coming. I used to remember like afferent means aane wale, right? Efferent means exit. So we are now taking a section of this. Watch it. The section which we are taking is this. So when we take this section, how would it look like? Watch it. Like this is like a cup. Inside there are capillaries. You take a section, so you will be watching this white one, right? The boundaries like this, right? This is our this boundary, Bowman's capsule. So this would be our Bowman's capsule. Bowman's capsule. Inside all those tuft of capillaries which we'll see, so they will be like this. Correct? This will be the transverse section. That's what you are watching here. That's what you are watching here. That's the Bowman's capsule. That's the Bowman's capsule. This one is the Bowman's capsule. This one is the Bowman's capsule. Right? Now so many. Suddenly we see that yes, there are so many Bowman's capsule. But then who is along with all of them? What is rest of the area? Sections are taken even at this level. So these are all collecting tubules. So surrounding that, the collecting tubules are also shown, right? Because section is taken for the whole kidney. So in kidney, when that section is going, right? So it will be cutting off Bowman's capsule. Sometimes it will be cutting proximal convoluted tubule, loop of Henle, collecting tubules, right? All those, any of the section, it can be cut. Right? Because in one kidney, there are millions of Bowman's capsule, millions of nephrons. So which nephron is cut at what level, no one knows, right? And when you are taking section, you watch everything together, right? I'm keeping this figure, right? I'm just removing this part, right? So this is for the understanding. Now because this is just 10x, right? In 10x, visually, you'll be having the idea that, okay, this is how it looks like. But now as we zoom, things are very cool. See, so beautiful. See, now, no doubt about it, right? Watch for this. Now see, you might be tempted to look at some other areas, right? There are some different type of cells. Yes, there are different type of cells. There would be different type of cells, and we'll come to that. But right now, focus on this one. This is the Bowman's capsule. See this one. This is the Bowman's capsule. See this one. That is the Bowman's capsule. You know, right? This area. Now, when we go back, try to figure out where is this area. This area, right? See, it is this area which we have zoomed, right? This 1, 2, 3, right? Say this would be like our identification mark, like that crow, right? Here is, right, exact, right? So that is our Bowman's capsule. Now, even at this stage, just by look at it, it shouldn't be very difficult to find that yes, this outer lining is pretty thin, right? And there are some black dash, right? Black nuclei, right? Let's zoom it further. See this one. We have picked up literally which area? Yes, we have taken this area. How do we identify? See, there is one very nice artery over here, and then there is collecting tubule, and this wall is what we are interested in watching, right? See, correct, right? This is the wall which we want to watch, right? See, there are different type of cells over here, right? You will watch that. Oh, these are rounded one, right? Big round cuboidals. Yes, but we'll come to that, right? Right now, let's not watch it. Watch for this Bowman's capsule. This one is Bowman's capsule. This one. See how nicely we can really watch, right? All those flat, dark stained nuclei. And single layer, right? Single layer. So that's why it is squamous epithelium, simple squamous epithelium, right? All these are H&E, right? H&E, hematoxylin and eosin. Fine. It is the same. Now this particular image, right? I just shifted the focus. So I moved my lens on that side so that this whole Bowman's capsule can be seen. And here it is. Our whole Bowman's capsule is seen. The whole one. Right? That's our whole Bowman's capsule. So for your convenience, I'm not writing anything, just marking. Say these are the flat nuclei, flat, dark stained nuclei, single layer, and that's the squamous, simple squamous epithelium, right? Yes, exactly. Inside the capsule, these are the capillaries, very right. These are all capillaries, tuft of, it is called as the tuft of capillaries, right? Capillaries. Only when you see it in 3D, right, you will appreciate that then there would be one small capillary going in and one coming out. So afferent and efferent. Right? And because then they divide into several capillaries, so that's why the pressure increases. And that's where it oozes out, right? It oozes out the fluid and the electrolytes, and then they all move further. Exactly. Even the cells inside, that's what I'm telling. Cells which are inside the Bowman's capsule, they are squamous epithelium. They themselves are. That's the wall is made up of it. Right? Tuft means group. Very right. Tuft means group. Right? means group, right? So these are the cells which are making the wall of the Bowman's capsule, and then they are squamous, simple squamous. Okay. See this. This is 100x magnification. 100x magnification. So where we really see those flat nuclei. Now, if you are watching that flat nuclei, definitely you will be tempted to watch that. See, these nuclei, they are quite different. You know? These one, these one, these one. Right? They are so properly rounded, right? And much bigger, and so much so that in some cases so we can even see the cell wall also so nicely, right? Cell wall also so nicely, cell wall also so nicely. Now this is a cell, so we say, Kare, there is no nuclei. No, unfortunately, sometimes the nuclei, they are not stained, right? Or when you take a section, some of the nuclear portion section is passing just above it or just below it, that the nuclei is not coming in between. So it happens. But say you will find that these are right, quite. Now don't expect that they should be exactly like in geometry, the way it is shown, right? Geometrical. Right? You'll find that some cells are bigger, some cells are, yeah, height is equal to weight. That is the theory. Practically, when you'll see, not in every case there would be height is equal to weight, but the type of nuclei, no doubt about it, right? Nuclei, when we say they are big, rounded, yes, they will be clearly rounded, right? In some cases, if it is not present, that's a different story, right? But that's how it looks like. Okay, we'll come to this. So I just remove all these markings so that you can appreciate. Okay. So this was in summary, right? Simple squamous epithelium. I'll upload all these files for you so you can, and I do have hundreds and hundreds of such images. And the advantage is that it would be the same slide, and later on, why I'm showing you this thing beforehand, because the day I'll put the microscope over here and I'll attach the camera, right? On that day, the moment I'll show you that, okay, see, this is the slide, now we focus on this area, satak, immediately we go for the 40x, right? You will see, yes, these are the type of cells, right? We move on to 100x, right? And immediately you'll start appreciating, yes, it is. If I try to explain these things by putting the real slides for the first time, it will take hell lot of time, right? Once we'll see all these images, and then I'll show you the same slides, these only, right? And that you will enjoy. Right? Sometimes you'll find it is exactly the same area. Sometimes it takes few seconds or few minutes to figure out that where exactly that area is. Plus the focus keeps on moving, right? Because as you change the magnification, you have to go for the finer focus. But fine, we'll do all those things. This is just the revision. Single layer of thin flat cells, this shape, central nuclear, dark stained, and small amount of cytoplasm, right? And arterioles, arteries, internal lining of the heart, that's what we see. Kidney, glomeruli and corpuscles, lymphatics and alveoli of the lungs. Let's move on to the next one, and this is simple cuboidal, right? Now things will go much easier. Single layer of cube shaped cells, okay, but this is what we are interested in. Large round central nuclei, which is the dark stain. Large and round, that's our keyword. Moderate amount of cytoplasm, yes, because the cells are bigger, we'll be able to see the cytoplasm. Where do we see? Kidney tubules and collecting ducts, right? So this was the Bowman's capsule, and these are the tubules, right? These are the tubules. Proximal convoluted tubule, this is called as loop of Henle, right? Loop of Henle. And this one is distal convoluted tubule, and then it will open into all those collecting ducts, right? So collecting ducts, all these sections, right? This is where we'll be watching the cuboidal one, right? So that's where we watch. Then very beautifully it will be seen on the ovary surface, right? Then ovarian follicle, right? Ovary, in ovary, there would be the ovarian follicle which will mature, right, for the ovum. So that follicle, right, will be able to see. Parotid glands, right, parotid glands, the secretory portion, and sublingual and submandibular glands. In short, our salivary glands, right? These are the three salivary glands which will form the saliva. When we talk about samosa, right? So these are the glands which are making our mouth wet, right? So parotid gland, sublingual, and the submandibular. Indirectly, I have told you that I like samosa, so whenever we meet, right, kindly arrange for that. Okay. So I know you are intelligent, so do take the hints that what I like. Okay. अच्छा अच्छा चलो. So we move to cuboidal epithelium. Same image. So same image, है ना? And if I say that now it is easy to find out that where is our Bowman's capsule in between the lines. Yes. In between क्या? Asmi, I am to telling सीधा कि यार I love samosas. So, right? Gulab jamun and samosa noted. Arey wah, very nice. You remember the gulab jamuns? Good one. चलो यार, don't deviate me, right? Let me teach. Now that's my weakness, gulab jamun and samosa. So now don't deviate me. Chup. So here, right, Bowman's capsule, and here are the ducts. Now see, you will watch suddenly that there are so many ducts. When is your fast? Fast? I don't keep any fast. In fact, when good things come, I eat very fast. So when gulab jamun and samosa comes, I eat fast. Chalo fast. We study bit fast. आज बाहर जाके गुलाब जामुन खाने पड़ेंगे. So here it is. So here it is. One. See, can you note so many collecting ducts? See, can you see this one? Right? Try to figure out. See this one. See this one. Right? Can you? See this one, collecting ducts. Right? Say here it is. See, see this collecting duct, right? Oddly shaped, oddly cut. Because say collecting duct might go like this. ठीक? Like go like this, right? Go like this. So every time it is not so that it would be absolutely rounded. What if the section passed like this? So instead of rounded, it would be something like this. This one. Na? Right? So it will go like this, right? It won't be round, but it would be at an angle. I remove everything now. Now see. Now try to watch. Right? You need to train your eyes to watch for collecting ducts. And now if I say that, are you watching the Bowman's capsule? Where is the Bowman's capsule? Can you really see that? Right? Can you find the Bowman's capsule? Can you find the tuft of capillaries in this image? Right? Can you see it? Some Puran Pure, are yaar, why are you spoiling me? Today तो you have done hard, Puran Puri, samosa, gulab jamun, khatam. Tomorrow I have to run 35-40 kilometers. Yes, towards right. You are acha bacha. Right? So this is Bowman's capsule. ठीक? And these are the tuft of capillaries, group of capillaries. Weekend है तो चलता है. That is also true. Weekend है तो चलता है. Right? So this one is one group. This is that another collecting duct, another collecting duct, another collecting duct, another collecting duct. See, so many, right? And see, this one is another collecting duct, and this one is also a collecting duct. So this gives you the idea that number of Bowman's capsule they are less, but the collecting ducts they are more, है ना? सृष्टि रसमलाई. हाँ, बनाओ बनाओ मेनू. Keep making it. But do remember this Bowman's capsule and tuft of capillaries. ठीक? Let's zoom. Now is the point. No doubt about it that these are the well rounded, big, round, dark stained nuclei. Good, right? So they are all good. This is ovary. This is ovary. The surface of the ovary. Right? So a section is taken. Now in ovary there are ovarian follicles, right? And there are numerous ovarian follicles. So they will gradually mature. So this is just like one surface. Let's zoom it further, right? And then we'll come back to this and we'll find Kerehan. We can see these ovarian follicles. Okay. Watch for these areas. Thanks for retracting that message. See, beyond doubt, right? I need not explain anything. See how nicely you can see that these are the nuclei which are big one, round, right? Perfect ovarian surface. See, I was talking about this area, right? This one. This is the surface. This is the surface. This is all inside. This is all inside. Right now, we don't want to talk about it. Only the surface. Only the surface. Only the surface. Right. That's the surface. And now when we go back over here, well, this is the area which we are focusing on. Now here it is not that much appreciable that on the surface, but very careful if you see just dot, 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 right? All those dot, dot, dots, they are seen, right? But as we zoom further, this one, and now it is crystal clear that they are classical cuboidal, classical cuboidal and single layer, right? No doubt about it. Very proper single layer. So it has to be squamous cuboidal, right? Obviously epithelium. And see, this is 100x, right? Females would appreciate that they look like those some special precious stones, 100x, right? Males would think that no, we don't feel like they are precious stones because they are very expensive. Or it looks like samosa also, right? Some of the shapes they look like samosa. And this one, say for example, it looks like rasmalai. So but they basically they are simple cuboidal, right? Simple cuboidal. Okay. Another view, another angle, right? Say this particular image, in fact it is from the same slide, right? This view, what you are watching, this particular view, and it is this part, this portion. Yeah, here it is, what I marked, right? Only this much area was, it should be simple cuboidal or no, there is no term like squamous cuboidal, right? Either it is simple squamous or it is simple cuboidal. ठीक है ना? Cuboidal means when the nuclei are rounded. Squamous means flat when the nuclei are like that. When it is simple. Oh, I wrote squamous cuboidal. Ah, that's the trouble. Right? I told you. और याद दिलाओ समोसे की. Simple. गलती से मिस्टेक हो गया. No, but it is simply because of better. I might have written samosa cuboidal. So now focus, right? Hmm. So you are right. So, right now we go for the ovarian follicle. Now see this ovarian follicle. Let me first show you this. See how nicely it is seen, you know. And this is a very amazing image of one ovarian follicle. This is even slightly more than 100x. This is more than 100x. So what I did is I went for full 100x, and then so that was optical zoom, and then I zoomed it digitally also to see one particular ovarian follicle. Beyond doubt, once you see it, you will never forget in for rest of your life that it is a very classical simple cuboidal, right? Simple cuboidal. Now you might say that some of the cells, they are looking bit flat. Well, it happens. It happens because this is a very fast growing, right? So this is like a simple cuboidal, but most of the cells you will find that they are big one, right? Very big. Squamous ones, right? Yes, matured. That's right, matured. Because squamous ones, they are very flat, right? They're very flat. And in some cases, if they look like this, it is because of the section. As I said, that this is a rounded structure, right? So when the section is taken, so that section might have gone at a certain angle, and it is looking like flat. But this is the area. This is the area which one? This is the area which you have to focus on, right? Let me remove this. Okay, right. Now we go back, and you will find that yes, where are those follicles? If I straight away take you over here, this is surface of the ovary, right? These one, right? See this one, right? This one. So this is where they are. And then we picked one of them, right? And here it is. And then we zoomed it still further, and then we zoomed it still further, right? So this is like ovarian follicle. On to the parotid gland, right? So this is how the parotid gland really looks like. So everything looks like a khichdi, right? But when we zoom it, see the beauty. See the beauty. This is the parotid duct. This parotid duct, right? A single layer of extraordinarily beautiful cuboidal cells. See, now they really look like superb precious stones. I am starting my studies from now. Well, if you are starting your training now, I would really advise that at least for today's session, right, you might have to repeat this. All the sessions, they are on the YouTube, right, in on our channel. So you can go back one lecture where all these cells, they were explained, right? And then when you'll come back to this, you'll find it much easier. White part is antrum or inner part is not properly stained. Yes, it happens that sometimes, say, some parts, they are not properly stained. And another thing is because this is a duct, right? This is a duct, right? So this one is the, as such, empty space, right? It is the empty space. So in empty space, if you take section, nothing would be seen, right? It is the empty space. So there are no tissues over there. It is the duct, hollow duct, right? Hollow tube. So you take the section, you will be watching the surrounding. So in this duct, see how amazingly fine. The best example of superbly rounded, nucleus, right? And so nicely dark stained, absolutely fantastic. And over here, though they are seen so nicely, can you see the cell wall? No, cell wall is not seen, right? So this is the, so how beautiful all of us are from inner, right? This is like a parotid gland, right? Parotid duct through which those salivary secretions are coming. But how beautiful they look like, right? Gradually, say, as we'll be discussing more and more topics parallelly, because somehow I feel that you guys are enjoying this histology part. When sometimes people say that it is very boring, but I feel this inner world is so beautiful, right? So we'll keep on watching it. So this is like cuboidal. Three glands I told you. One was parotid, that is a major one. Thank you, Yash. So, so one is parotid, second is submandibular. Mandible, submandibular, just underneath the mandible, and sublingual, just underneath the tongue. Lingual is tongue, right? So we have got three glands on both the sides, right? Two parotids, two submandibular, and two sublingual. What you watched is parotid. Parotid is a bigger one. We move on to sublingual. See, this is also so good. And imagine the day you will start understanding every part of this gland. You will know what it is, you'll know what it is, you'll know what it is, you'll know what it is, and you won't have to really cram anything. You'll watch it and immediately you'll be able to answer. In fact, the whole process will come in your mind that this is how things really go. Let's zoom this, right? And within seconds you will come to know that yes, these are the cells, right? These are the cells, cuboidal cells, right? So big, so big. Now the question, right? See, some cells are here, some are here, some are arranged like this, right? Some are like this. So possibility of stratified? Yes, possibility of stratified, multiple layers, right? Multiple layers. But because wanted to show you the real classical typical cuboidal cells with big nuclei, so that is what we really watch. See here, and when we zoom it over here, right? See these one. Now we watched for the collecting duct. Collecting ducts. Now the section is taken in such a way that it can be pseudo stratified. Well, I'll show you the pseudo stratified, because once you'll see the pseudo stratified, you will immediately say yes, it is. Achha. So right now we are not touching pseudo stratified. We'll see that. Right? Okay, watch for this. This is collecting duct. So the section is taken where there are very less or almost hardly any Bowman's capsule is seen. Yeah, there are few, but otherwise hardly anything is seen. Collecting ducts. See, these are collecting ducts, because collecting ducts, they they open like this, right? This one, and then over here there'll be another collecting duct. Over here another one is opening, another nephron is opening, and then this duct is getting connected with another one, and the section goes like this. So there would be this section, right? There would be say, if there are others are here, so there will be this section. So that way there will be multiple collecting tubules cut, and that's what we are watching now, right? We zoom first all the way down to collecting duct, and again the pearl necklace has come up, right? That precious one. See, this is one collecting duct. So this portion in between is the hollow one, right? That is the duct, and this is the wall, right? See how nicely a big precious stones are there, you know. And when I remove this, right, now we go back and we find yes, we can see, right? See, this is one This is one. This is one. This is another. This one is there. This one is there. Here it is. Right? Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here. So many. Right? Suddenly we start watching so many collecting ducts. So big one are collecting duct, rest can be PCT, TCT. बिल्कुल. Exactly. You are 100% right. Big ones are collecting duct, rest can be proximal or distal convoluted tubules, or they can be smaller collecting ducts. Right? Because collecting ducts, they go like one collecting duct, another one, then both of them they meet, they become slightly bigger, then they become still bigger, another one meets and they become bigger, right? So that also, and because all of them, they are at various levels, so a section can go through all of them. But yes, your concept is pretty good, Chirag. Thank you. Good one. Now we go back. Now see, so many, right? Now we see so many collecting ducts. Correct? So bigger one, yes, very rightly said that they, or say some of them, they are not rounded, right? See this one, an elongated one. But now you know the reason, right? The elongated one. Why the tube is an elongated one? Why the tube is like this ajib shape? Ajib shape. Because that section might have gone like, say, when it was taking a turn, right? It was taking a turn and it went through this level. So obviously it would look like this one, elongated one. Correct? So here it is, right? So these are the collecting ducts. This one, this one. So large rounded, large round central nuclei, dark stain, that's what means. Kidney tubules, collecting ducts, ovarian surface, we saw ovarian follicle, that was fantastic. Parotid ducts and secretory portion, yes, and the secretory glands like sublingual and submandibular. Sublingual and submandibular, they will look quite similar, so that's why I've just shown you sublingual. Submandibular will also look very similar. On to the third one, right? This time we are watching, you remember cilia? Cilia, right? Where, what was the name of that protein when it is proximal convoluted? Can be the cilia too. Well, now you will see. Now you will see. Right? So cilia, it was having that protein like dynein, right? Dynein, which was our molecular motor, correct? It was our molecular motor. This is non-ciliated. Yes. So this is non-ciliated simple columnar cells. So here we'll be watching that these will be the columnar and there will be the big elongated nucleus. So this will be round or oval shaped basal nuclei, right? Dark staired, large amount of cytoplasm, right? So we'll be able to watch their surrounding part, right? Big ones. And there might be present of goblet cells, right? And single layer of column shaped. Okay. Digestive system, stomach to anal canal, right? There can be microvilli in intestine, right? Gallbladder, uterus, and excretory ducts of some glands. Now see uterus, some portion. In fallopian tube there are cilia, right? Remember. So when this is the uterus, right? And that's the fallopian tube. Over here, some portion of the uterus is not having cilia. So we are watching this cavity, right? So and this opens over here. So some portion will be having that cilia, some portion will not be having cilia. So we'll watch both of them. We'll watch non-ciliated and we'll also watch the ciliated ones, right? But when it'll come to fallopian tubes, you'll be mesmerized that how amazing the inside structure is, right? Let's watch. Let's start. So I'm erasing dynein from here because dynein will not come at obviously into this picture right now. Here is a duodenum, right? Focus is always towards the wall, right? The caliber. So if this is the duodenum, if this is the duodenum, our interest is here into the cavity, right? Because over here, so then there'll be smooth muscles and there'll be arteries and there'll be so many other structures, which we'll study as it will come. But our focus right now is on the inner core, inner bore, inner wall, right? Things look quite simple at this point. We need to zoom further because this is just 10x, right? Yeah, lumen, very right, lumen. Let's move into higher magnification. And suddenly things look so nice, right? Such a decorative thing, right? Even if we have not zoomed, but now when I first saw it, right, on the microscope, first time, right, actually my heart rate increased. Arey wow, itna badhiya, right? I was so tempted and teacher was telling, wait for 100x later on, right? First you watch it in this. I was so eager कि यार इसको high resolution में. And this is how it looks like. See. Can there be any doubt that these nuclei are not elongated? They are the basal nuclei. There is so much of cytoplasm. No doubt about it. है ना? Right? And this is our lumen. This is our lumen. And this tells that the inner lining of the digestive system is thrown into so many folds. So that, why folds? So that it increases the surface area, because this is the area where there will be absorption, right? There would be absorption, right? We talked about it yesterday, because these are the cells which will be taking care of it. So see, such beautiful large elongated nuclei, right? This one, this one, this one, means all are classical examples, right? And then there is so much of cytoplasm, because if we really draw one complete cell, so these are like, and here is, this is all cytoplasm, right? And see how nicely even the individual cells can be seen. How nice if we zoom it further, right? See, basically we are lalchi. And when we see this, right? At least I felt like right? Must. See, this is, right? This one. Such a good nuclei, right? So smartly and so beautifully they are arranged. And see how nicely the entire cell is seen, right? Oh, right? These are the adipocytes towards the corner. Yes, that's right. They are the adipocytes, right? So these are the big one, right? Let's see the stomach. So in stomach, so that's our stomach, right? That's our stomach, right? This one is the pyloric end. This one is the cardiac end. The section is going at this level, right? So that's where we are now watching. So things are looking okay, right? Zoom further, and yes, now it is looking good. Still further, yes, it is quite good. But when we zoom it still further, that's how they look like, right? See, big ones, right? Some are like this, some are like this. So see the cells, right? The cells. Now you'll see that there is like a combination, right? Some of them are elongated, some of them are absolutely round, right? Because this is the cardiac end. So at cardioesophageal junction, you'll find the mixed pattern, right? Then there are several pathologies which are associated with it, which we'll be discussing when we'll talk about the esophagus and that stomach. Yes, lacteals can be seen. They can be seen. Moving on to the gallbladder, right? Gallbladder. So this is a low magnification, not that much appealing. Looks beautiful, but now we zoom it. We go still further. We go still further, and here it is, right? What can be so extraordinary, right? Such a long columnar cell. non-ciliated columnar epithelium, right? Non-ciliated columnar epithelium. There are no cilias over here, right? No cilia, right? These are big one, all elongated nuclei, right? See, every cell is like a masterpiece in itself, right? Removing the linings so that you can keep these images. Intestine, going still higher, right? But now I know, now your vision is trained, and I think most of you must have picked up this area, that yes, this is the area where all those smart, beautiful, elongated nuclei, they are coming up. And yes, you are right, and you are 100% right, right? See, literally all the characteristic, that the nuclei is basal, right? Nuclei is basal because this is the base, right? This is the lumen, this is the lumen, so that's the base, and all the cells, they are attached to the base, right? These are elongated cells, and it has got basal nuclei, basal nuclei. These nuclei which are dark, right, which are elongated, and you can see lots of cytoplasm. Yes, there is so much of cytoplasm, right? So much of cytoplasm, right? That's what I was telling, that when you watch the squamous one, right, you'll find that there is so much, so less cytoplasm. But can cytoplasm be seen? Yes, here it is. See, so much of cytoplasm, right? And that's where you can even differentiate between two cells also, right? But obviously under this much higher magnification. So that is our intestine. That's uterus, right? Now, because in uterus there are lots and lots of muscles, so what you are actually watching is lots of muscles, but then into the cavity, right, as we zoom, as we cut, here it is. See these cells, right? Now see, one reason that in uterus, the cells, they are not appearing the way they were appearing in the form of over here, right, in intestine. The reason behind it is that in uterus, so due to the typical phase of the cycle, right, it will keep on shedding its endometrium, its lining, right? When this lining is shed off, right, during the menstruation, so at what stage this uterus was sectioned, right? So that depends upon that where exactly, what stage it was. So that's why you will see that there are several gaps, right? There are several gaps because depending upon the stage this particular person was, right, when person died, so that the uterus was at what stage, and then the section is taken, and finally it is freezed and it comes under the microscope. So that's why some of the areas, they might be devoid of cells, right, as the entire lining is shed off, is removed completely during those 3 to 5 days, right? But still you can appreciate that those cells, they are basal, right? Characteristic basal, elongated cells, lots of cytoplasm. Yes, those characteristics, they are seen in whatever the number of cells which we watch, right? Classical, all elongated cells, right? They are basal, long cells. Okay. These are mucin secreting salivary glands. Again, we zoom it, we zoom it, we zoom it, and yes, classical, right? No explanation needed. All the characteristics, right? Now once you see this high magnification, now even if you see a lower magnification, you'll find that, can you appreciate if I say that just watch this area, right? Just watch this area, even not this much. If I say just watch this area, right, this one, still you can make out, yes, this is nothing but 100% symbol columnar, है ना? Because you can appreciate it. So that's how you train your eyes. So these are the examples of non-ciliated simple columnar epithelium, where the round or oval shaped basal nuclei, large amount of cytoplasm, right, and the single layer of column shaped cells. And because the cytoplasm is more, that's why appreciation of column shape that is very high. These were the areas: digestive system, gallbladder, uterus, some portion, and the excretory duct of some glands. Now comes all-time fantastic, the most beautiful ciliated simple columnar epithelium. Now there will be cilia. Where is striated columnar are present? Yes. Now we'll watch. Now we'll watch. See, so this is between stomach and salivary gland slide. Well, we'll come to that how to identify the organ, right now, because we have not talked about that what are the muscles, or what are the muscles, or what are the characteristic of salivary glands, right? What other structures we see? Say for example, in salivary gland there would be duct. In stomach there is no duct, right? In stomach there is lumen. So in some of the cases I might say that, Chirag, just take the slide out and watch it straight away, and not under the microscope, just by your normal eyes, and you'll be able to appreciate that yes, this is a structure in which there is a big lumen. If such a big lumen is there, that means 100% it is the organ, right? It cannot be a salivary gland, because in salivary gland the duct would be much smaller, right? So how to differentiate between various organs, we'll see when we'll be discussing the organs. But right now, at that point I would say, just first tell me what type of cells you see, and you will say okay, 100% is a simple columnar non-ciliated. Fine. So that means 1 2 3 4 5, only the possibility is 3 or 4 organs, right? So that's how we'll go for the differentiation. The thing what is called is the process of elimination. Process of elimination. Remember this. Process of elimination means that if there is a kid, right, and that kid is having fever, but otherwise that kid is not having that spikingly high fever, right? It is a very normal grade fever which is going away by paracetamol, right, by giving paracetamol. But then that kid is having some minor coughing or difficulty in breathing. So all these things, they are going more towards the allergic reaction, right? It is not the infective. So if you go for the blood count, you'll find that WBC count is not that high. It is quite normal. So by that process, you say, okay, no need to give antibiotics. Go for the anti-allergic components, and that would be much more helpful. So that's what is called as the process of elimination. In every aspect, when we'll be learning about the murmurs, cardiac, that is cardiac auscultation, I'll actually ask you such questions that, okay, hear carefully, and I'll play that particular murmur, right? I'll just say, this is first hard sound, this is second hard sound, this is first hard sound, second hard sound, that way. Murmur is over here. Murmur is not over here. So what type of murmur it is? If it is after first hard sound, that means which chamber should be involved. If that chamber should be involved, so then tell me if that chamber is involved, and then which valve can be involved. Okay, we might say, okay, this could be right or left. All right, but in that case, go for the areas. Go for the mitral area, go for the tricuspid area, go for the aortic area, go for the pulmonary area. So is it in mitral area or tricuspid area? You'll say it is in mitral area. In tricuspid area, so it is very feeble, right? It is not heard very prominently. That means something is going wrong just underneath the mitral area. So now our focus is on mitral. Now we say that roll the patient on the left side and try to hear. You'll say, yes, it is becoming prominent. See, that's the thing, because we are increasing the blood flow and that murmur is becoming powerful. So that gives us, this is like a process of elimination. This is there, this is not. This is there, this is not. So then you come up with one conclusion. That is what is called as the process of elimination. During histology slides, we'll be doing exactly the same, right? Because now we know that we can identify the type of cells with confidence, right? So the moment first step, we'll say forget about which organ. First see which cells can we see. Bus. That is the beginning. That would be the first step, right? The thing is, we'll never jump on any conclusion, that is first, and we'll never cram anything, that is second, right? We should understand it. It should come in our mind that, it is this only. Now, sometimes we might be wrong, right? But if your thought process is right, you'll be at least near to the final answer. And no one on earth, even in exam, no one will shoot you, right? Will kill you with point blank range if in case if you make any mistake. Your approach should be right, right? That is how it is. Because then there are modalities. Then and then if in doubt, you will say, okay, let's go for the blood test, let's go for CT, MRI, right? Let's go for ultrasound. So when that report comes, you know that what I'm supposed to see, and instantly you'll say, there is decrease in the disk space. So this is what is to be done, right? So now comes our ciliated. And who wrote that DDLJ? Yes, the Jaydev. I'll also write DDLJ. In fact, I wrote this thing even in my notes also. I added that this is a good thing. So round or oval shape, basal nuclei, everything same, but this would be our important point. Presence of cilia extending from the apical surface. So this is the cell, this is considered as the apex, and over here you will see this, right? So lines, small bronchi, right? That's where the mucus, right? That's where the mucus is pushed out. Uterine tubes, fallopian tubes, no doubt about it, and the uterus, some portion, especially the upper portion. Let's see it. Bronchi. Even at low magnification, right? Again, we can appreciate the beauty. As we zoom, wow, right? And let's zoom it further. See, nice, and still more, no doubt about it. Here are the cilia. See, here are the cilia, right? See, right? That's the cilia, right? They are cilia. See how nicely. And all those columnar cells up, right? See, cilia, right? These are the cilia. Fallopian tube, right? This one is fallopian tube thrown into so many folds. This one, right? Let's zoom further and see how nicely, right? See the elongated, beautiful, long nuclei, and then these are the cilia. How important they are, right? See, and see, this is a super zoom, right? This is again more than 120x, right? More than 120x. But we can appreciate that some nuclei, they are round, some are elongated, right? Some round, some elongated, but definitely they are columnar and with the presence of cilia, right? So that's the cilia. So important because it is this cilia which will really move that ovum all the way to its destination, right? So that's the presence of cilia. So this is what was for today, right? And now house is open for all, right? Anything you want to ask, any questions? So we'll spend about 15-20 minutes or depending upon your questions. Later on, I'll be showing you stratified also, transitional also, pseudo-stratified also, right? With all the examples. There are hundreds and hundreds of images. And one fine day, once you are comfortable, you let me know. On that day, we'll attach the real microscope and all these slides, these only, right? We'll see that. Or what we can do is we can conduct a test, and that test would be like on real slides, right? Real slides. When and we need to discuss what about the skim method for the keyword. Ciliated again, sure, why not? I can. This one. Sure, we talk about the super reading method, right? Cartaginer syndrome present in, I mean, say, basically, say Cartagener's the characteristics, right? The initial characteristics, so they can be present even in female also, right? And the fourth one, right? That is when the primary cilia they are at stake. So yes, it can affect even the female also, but mostly it is seen in males. Yeah, Mr. Right. Acha. So what I was talking about, say in case of super reading, right? Remember one part. You should move on to the next level if you have practiced well, right? That is the skim in which you are picking up the keywords, right? And you are writing the keywords. Now the next level is when you try to remember them. Try to remember the keywords. And for this, the best method is hear the news. And when the newsreader is speaking, right? When the newsreader is what checking for ciliated or non is confusing. How to be sure if cilia is present? Definitely. Just the looks. See, non-ciliated. Wait, right? Literally, there cannot be any doubt. Watch this image, right? Watch this image over here. This is non-ciliated, right? And when it will be ciliated, it would be literally like this. See the next image, this, right? Now there should not be any doubt. Cilia means these are the projections. So that's why the entire border would be irregular. Irregular because of cilia. See, this would be the irregular border, right? They are going like this, right? These are irregular border. Watch this as compared to this. See how pretty smooth, right? Pretty smooth. You are not finding anything which is coming out, right? And what you are watching over here, these minor things, they are just the stains, right? Which are just some soft tissues, right? Which they slightly come out, but not the cilia like, right? Cilias, they are totally different. Watch this and compare it with this. Correct. Even over here, see the border, right? How rough it is. And over here, if you zoom, see how smooth it is, non-ciliated. Watch this, how smooth it is. Got it? So over here, in case of super reading, try to listen to the news and then cilia are not so visible. It should be, right, brushly appearance. See, what I'll do is, as such, I'll be uploading all the images, right? You just go through. Sometimes it happens that during the live transmission, things are not that, because these are super high resolution images. So when you will see it on your computer, right, it will be crystal clear. Still, if there is some doubts, let me know, right? But I wish that first you go through these images. Chances are very trim that you'll be having any doubt, but still, if there is, let me know. So for the super reading, start listening to the news, right? And in the news, what if you have to repeat the same news? So then which words will you remember? Don't write, try to remember, right? So this is the next level. Try to remember the keywords. Try to remember the keywords. Now I received a mail, right? It was a very interesting email about the fetal circulation. The question asked was that everything understood. What about the second pregnancy? Right? What about the second pregnancy? What would happen to those ligaments? That is that round ligament or ductus venosus or ductus arteriosus, etc. What would happen to them? So, gentlemen, the thing is that in fetal circulation, whatever we discussed, whatever we talked about, everything was occurring in fetus. Everything was occurring in that baby, right? Who landed on this earth. So everything was occurring in the fetus and not in the mother. So all those ligaments, all those ductus arteriosus, ductus venosus, right, foramen ovale, all those things, they were happening in the fetus. Mother's part, well, mother, so it is just this placenta. Mother is on this side. Is on this side, right? She has got nothing to do with any of those ductus venosus or ductus arteriosus, nothing. She is just connected via placenta, and everything is occurring on this fetus side. So in second pregnancy, the next gentleman or next beautiful lady will be developing those round ligament of liver and ductus arteriosus and ductus venosus, everything new, right? So it goes from fetus to fetus and not in the mother, right? I think I'm clear. I made myself clear for this point, right? But that's fine. You can ask any question. It is good if any question occurs in your mind. So I'm happy that you asked it. Regarding the books, yes, you can buy books. Why not? Right? Because now you have finally started studying. So why not to buy? Yeah, go ahead and buy the books. Regarding the reference books, well, young lady, you said that yes, my father can afford. Well. I'll not say no to that, but I'm telling that yes, if your father can afford buying any number of reference books, but I would say that why to do showbaji? Why, yaar? Say Grey's Anatomy, it's this thick, and seriously, it won't be possible. It won't be possible for you to read the entire Grey's Anatomy, right? Grey's Anatomy, it is good to have it in the PDF format. So when it is needed, sometimes if that kida in the brain that yes, I want to be the anatomist, right? It happens, right? When in first year we feel like it was banna the anatomist. In second year it changes. In third year again it changes, right? So that's why if that kida of anatomy becomes violent, so then take the PDF out, read that specific topic and be happy, right? For that, no need to spend thousands and thousands of rupees, and then those books, they will be lying over there only. Seriously, trust me, buy the basic books. Buy basic books, right? No need to put that extra burden. So my advice is for reference books, big no in capital, right? This is what I feel. And is anatomy for all 5 years? No, anatomy is for 1 year. But when you have asked this question, I was recently talking to one of my senior student, and she said that even in the third year, some portion of the anatomy was getting discussed. Yes, as such, I'm now telling you something. And please don't take it negatively. I'm not insulting any of the institute, any of the university, any of the teachers, right? And Atlanta Excel right now. Yeah. Acha. What listen carefully. Now what I was telling, this is the most ideal thing. First year, second year, third year, right? First year, anatomy, physiology, physiology, and the biochemistry. If you do this, moving on to the second year, that is pathology, pharmacology, and the microbiome, and the forensic medicine, right? Forensic medicine. And in the third year, surgery, medicine, and gynec and obstetrics. Obviously, orthopedics, then pediatrics, and ENT, and ophthalmology, and radiology, they'll go. But this is the basics. This is the basics. Now, when I was talking to my senior student, she said that they start with surgery, the entire surgery is completed, then the medicine starts, then the entire medicine is completed, then the gynec starts. Now, this is a crime. I would say that remain in touch with me, right? When you are in final MBBS, I would suggest you start parallelly these three things, because say in human body, patient would never come and say that okay, I am a case of surgery. No, patient will come up with a complaint, right? We need to solve that. So many times you might have to, and say, because in the initial, when you learn the general surgery concepts, same concepts will be applicable even in your obstetrics, right? How to prepare the patient, how to prepare the table, etc. Gray's Anatomy book will be good. Yes, it is definitely good, but it is a reference book, right? Do remember it. It is a reference book. If you try to read the entire Gray's Anatomy, then you have to say goodbye to physiology and biochemistry. It is that thick and it is in that detail, right? Guyton is phenomenally my favorite book. Guyton is so good. In fact, whatever the physiology which I'll be teaching, it will be mostly from the Guyton, because Guyton is like a storybook. You keep on reading on and on and on and on, right? No limit, right? And when the way it has explained, right? I know this is a very crude comparison, but seriously, I'm telling you very seriously, right? The way in Guyton it has explained the process of ultrafiltration, right? Literally, I'm telling this is very weird comparison, but you feel like as if you are floating into Bowman's capsule and then you are going into the collecting duct, and then over here all those ions are coming, right? But yes, it is that beautifully explained. Yeah, miss previous two lectures, then will I continue this or first certain? Actually, I would say that from Monday, when we'll be starting physiology, it would be the fresh one, right? It would be a completely new topics. But if you go through those previous one, it will be very helpful. Yeah, so Guyton, that's what I said. Though I spoke it, but then I was also feeling yes. But actually, I felt like this. When I was studying about the ECG for the first time in library, I said, "Hey, duk duk, arey why this way will go up, this will go down, this will go up, this will go down." It makes concepts so clean that you never forget. And even after years together, if we are teaching, तो then again वही चीज याद आती है कि हाँ, this is how things go. Uh, well, physiology will take quite a good portion of it. First year, truly these three subjects. Yes, these three subjects. But acha, thanks you for reminding me. This is how things go in India. But in other countries, I have seen that even in the second year also, anatomy is going on. Or in anatomy, the actual in anatomy, I would never suggest anyone to go for head and neck directly. No. But yes, in some of the university, that is what is going on. So in case if it is happening like, तो then I would say कि ठीक है दोस्त 3 महीने के लिए जाग लो. You can't change the education system, right? You can't change the education system. Yes, you can go for Guyton. Guyton is beautiful. The what I was telling, okay, for say first let me tell you, upper limb first, then the lower limb. This is the order. If you follow, all my students, I always insist, follow this order and see how confident you are in anatomy. Upper limb first, then the lower limb, then the thorax, right? Then the thorax, then the abdomen, right? Obviously abdo-pelvis, so pelvis would always come after that. Then the head and neck, and finally the brain. Under no circumstances this order should be changed. At the most you can do this. You take the lower limb first and then upper limb, or you take the upper limb first and then take the lower limb. But baki, no, don't change it. But well, there are, if we're going abroad, which anatomy will be? BD Chaurasia, standard. BD Chaurasia and Cunningham volume. These two, if you know it well, no one can challenge you. No one, you'll not suffer any problem. हाँ, the day you feel like कि चलो थोड़ा ज़्यादा पढ़ना है, you can go for the grace. Otherwise, yeah, BD Chaurasia is pretty good, pretty good. And for the anatomy, to almost all the regions, right? All the regions, they are over here. We have put complete dissection. Every artery, every vein, every nerve, everything is shown. Everything. Timing to evening, I doubt. Right now, it won't be possible. Right now, it would be a bit difficult. Right? Because in the evening I'm planning to start thorax, but because of some commitments it is becoming more and more difficult. This morning time to I have reserved for you guys only, so that's why I'm keeping it proper. MBBS is very tough. Is that true? Well, tough is a relative term. That's it. Tough is a relative term, right? I would say it's not easy, right? Definitely it's not like a cakewalk कि चलो those many of the other streams, they what they boast is कि बॉस कल एग्जाम है, आज तो हम बुक खरीदने जा रहे हैं. Well, happens not in medical. Well, we'll see. I'll stay with you till God tells yes. Even after MBBS, I would like to be with you, so that if anything happens to me, I'll be having so many doctors to treat me. You know? So at that point, I'll say, Kacha, give me some medicine, and at the same time, give me samosa and gulab jamun and puran puri and one more thing, rasmalai. Right? So give me sweet medicines. Upper Limulumi is in BD Chaurasia book installed. BD Chaurasia is in 3 volumes. So all these regions, they are distributed into 3 volumes. Okay? So what I want to say is, first year less subjects and third year more subjects. Yeah, as it will rise, the number of subjects would increase. But what I was telling is, I was told by some of the students that the order is different. In one of the universities, straight away they started with head and neck. Now it's a crime, right? It's a crime to start with head and neck when things are so small, so delicate, and then there is very less reference that about how to remember, and then there are dozens and dozens of those branches. Their relationships, they are so complicated, right? Upper, lower, medial, lateral, things are not that easy. Plus you are very closely associated with the brain. No. Thank you. So head and neck, big no. So in case if it happens, like say for example in your university, they start with abdomen, or they start with, say, brain, those big trouble. Seriously. And if it happens, I'm telling you right now, you have got time. Finish at least upper limb or lower limb. Now, see, in upper limb, hardly there are 20 lectures, right? There are 20 lectures. You start with every lecture is of about, say, 1 to 1.5 hours, right? Go at a slow pace. All the PDFs are available. Entire thing is dissected right from here till the last digits. Everything is dissected. Just go through these videos, right? PDF is there, download the PDF. If needed, add some points to that, make your own notes also, but finish the upper limb. Till that point, even don't touch the BD Chaurasia or any other book. Make your funda, make your concept very clean. Step by step, if you finish upper limb or lower limb, trust me, your confidence will be skyrocket. Then you'll be having that insight that this is how the anatomy is to be studied. उसके बाद कुछ भी पढ़ाएंगे, anything it is done, there won't be any problem. हाँ, I am against PowerPoint. I know when I make this statement, many of the teachers they don't like, but truly speaking, PowerPoint kills creativity, right? Because see, you guys are billion times smart in reading what is written on the PowerPoint slide, right? So what's the point कि बस I keep on reading it, right? And then चलो lecture खत्म. It's something which I don't like, right? When we are going to Georgia, no, I don't know. I don't know. Can we carry BD Chaurasia to Georgia? Yes, why not? Definitely, you should. You should. If your institute proceeds with this order, then nothing like that, right? Then nothing like that. It would be the best. But I'm just telling you from my experience, and when my few of the students from different countries, they said that this is what is happening. I told them immediately that ठीक है, you can't help, right? If they have started with head and neck, yes, you can't do anything, but yes, ठीक है boss, एक महीने के लिए जाग लो, right? Forget what is day, forget what is night. Day, night, just involve yourself into these things and finish it, and then see, there would be a big difference. And you guys are lucky, you got so much of time, so why not to finish most of the portion? So once now your brains are ready for the anatomy part, right? Trust me, within 2 weeks you'll be super confident for the physiology, right? After that we'll take care of the biochemistry. Like how much time to complete? Just a rough idea. Yeah, that's what I said. It's about 2 weeks. That is for the general. But well, depending upon, well, yeah, I know. But at least the basic books, though, you will need, because I think those books are very expensive over there. But still you can. Guyton, international or South Asian? Well, South Asian is fine. International is very expensive. But the contents they are same. I don't know about the luggage part, right? So that is what you have to just check it out. How to stay strong emotionally while studying in people away from family. Someone like who has never been. See, it happens. It happens, Deepak. There is something what is called as the homesickness, right? Homesickness. But think it in this way. Those who have sent you abroad, or those who are sending you abroad, they must be telling to your parents, they must be telling to all their relatives, "Kare, mera ladka Deepak, right? Doctor ban ke aayega, Doctor Deepak Dubey, right? How nice would it feel like, right? Think about that." So some things like for the long term, right? Some things which we work for the long term, the short term sacrifices they are needed. It is exactly like an investment. If I say that at your age, right? Seriously, at your age, can you save just 1,000 rupees? I'm not telling more, right? Just 1,000 rupees a month. right? And when I say 1000 rupees a month, means whatever your parents are sending, from that you actually start saving it. 1000 rupees a month. Start cultivating this habit. Trust me, you'll be multimillionaire by the time you will reach to the age of, say, 35. You can declare your retirement by the time you touch the age of 45. You can declare the retirement. And when I say retirement, it means what? Retire, it means that your life standard will remain same, and you are at your liberty whether you want to work or not. You don't have to struggle from this time to this time, 9 to 5 job, this, that, nothing. You are your own boss, right? So this is the time when you give your heart and soul to your studies, because then rest of the life you'll be living on your own terms. So if we have to think about our future, we have to sacrifice something for some time. Obviously, no doubt about it. It's exactly like investment. If I say that 1000 rupees a month is what you save, yes, you might say, "Kare 1000 rupees इसमें तो I love samosas, I love chocolates, right? So इस बार नहीं खाना, right? Because we are thinking on a long term that this 1000 rupee, if properly invested, one day it will become 50,000. So on that day, how sweet would it look like? You know? So can we do enjoyment in Georgia or only study? Well, study itself is a huge enjoyment. Yes, that's very nice of you. And so study itself is a huge enjoyment. Otherwise, say this is a public platform, so I can't speak much. But yes, when I was in Georgia, right, I I was disappointed. Yeah, I was disappointed because some of the senior students, the way they were spoiling juniors, that was bad. I had to actually intervene. That was, don't do this thing. They are just too young, right? So अभी से उनको क्यों ऐसी खराब आदत डालनी? I think you are intelligent enough to understand what I'm trying to say, but well, everyone has got right to spoil his or her life. So, so don't be under that impression. And it happens like that over here in India. Means, uh, mm, who asked this question? Rajit. Rajit, don't take it personally, right? Don't take it personally. I'm just in general answering. So don't take it personally. But many times it is like that compressed spring in India, right? And I saw this thing in Kazakhstan, Georgia, Turkey, Russia, Barbados, in all countries, in all cities. That things are like compressed spring in India, and the moment there is freedom, so it is like zoom, right? Suddenly, right? Everything changes because there is no one over there to control you. But same springs, they cry terribly when they don't pass those competitive exams. When they realize कि अरे यार ये क्या कर दिया? Why we wasted so many years and now there is no one to help us. So तब ना रोना भी नहीं, हम रोए तो आंसू भी नहीं आते. That is the situation. I have met such students personally in all the countries whatever I said. Would never stop taunting for not getting seat in India. Are they should forget about those. Forget. Forget about it. What really matters is you become a fantastic doctor. You become a good doctor, right? I'm telling you, you become a good doctor. I'm not telling that you become a ranker. Many times, rankers, they don't succeed. They don't succeed. But if you are a good doctor, right, you'll be able to help so many people. Seniors say if it is ragging, I would say good, right? But if anyone is telling कि चल you smoke, चल इतना दारू पी ले क्या फर्क पड़ता है, that is more dangerous. If someone is telling कि अरे तू तो अभी फर्स्ट ईयर में है, फर्स्ट मंथ और तूने पढ़ना शुरू कर दिया, छोड़ छोड़ चल घूमने जाते हैं, worst thing, worst thing. I'm strongly against it. because it shakes your foundation, it makes your foundation weak. And seriously, it is very easy to fall. Trust me, it is very easy to fall. Whatever I say, that's why I say please stay in touch, right? I don't mind telling any of the senior students, even in Georgia, so I talked with many senior students and they were not liking me. I said, who cares? Who cares? If someone's life is getting saved and someone is improving, so it is okay. I don't care who tells me what about me. है ना? Your life is important. So please. That's why this email address, right? Sometimes you might feel like don't want to get addicted to smoking and drinking. Yeah, bilkul. Mm, yes, there will not be significant difference by the way, Indian and abroad students. That's right. That's right. If, when the next comes, so see, Deepak, I'll just correct you in a very different way. Uh, I was in BJ Medical College, so how Georgia? Well, I passed from BJ Medical College, and after that, so I have been to several countries for providing the training. Right, I've been to Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Georgia, Turkey, Russia, uh, then Ukraine. Ukraine, so I was there for quite a long time. Barbados. So what I was talking about, yeah, when it comes to next, right? Say Indian students, right? Somehow, when means you are also an Indian student, right? You are not a outsider. So, but when I say those who are studying in India, right? Those who are studying in India, trust me, their focus is very good. I mean it, right? I am in contact with many of the students, those who are studying over here. Their focus is impeccable, seriously. And when I went to so Georgia or Kyrgyzstan or Kazakhstan or Turkey, etc., somehow this is what was not very impressive. Bearing few students, I'm talking in general. I'm not telling you any one of you personally, right? You might be the best of the best. You might be the ranker, beating everyone over here. But in general, if I say, so yes, it is like that because it is very easy to drift away. So that's why I'm telling you in advance that please be focused. I am in touch with few students. They are the most brilliant students in these Georgia and Kazakhstan. Most brilliant students. But what's happening is that she tells that my roommates, they tell that तू तो किताबी कीड़ा है, तेरा तो दिमाग खराब हो जाएगा, you are not that fashionable, तेरा तो boyfriend नहीं है, etc. Yes, such mails when I receive, so I just tell them that it's very good that they say these things. Be be on track, stay focused, right? Be the excellent, and that way when the result would come na, सबके मुंह पे ताले लग जाएंगे, right? So don't worry about any of those things. Say, one of my friends said very interesting thing that sometimes people ask people ask कि अरे मैं तो नहीं पढ़ रही, right? Or I am doing this wrong thing, is it okay na? So it is that way they are trying to convince us also कि it's okay not to read, right? So when the person is doing anything wrong, they'll try to involve more people. Thus जब सारे एक जैसा बोलने लगे कि नहीं नहीं चलता है, राइट, थोड़ा घूम लिया तो क्या हो गया, सो देन इट इज लाइक एन एक्सक्यूज टू द ब्रेन कि नहीं आई एम डूइंग ओके, right? Can't speak a gali, but but actually it has to be, there has to be a gali over here, that we literally मतलब लाइफ की लगा देते हैं, right? Yes, chances are coming to Georgia. Yes. So that's the thing, right? Anything else, just let me know, right? Okay, Deepak, I can think about it. Prachi, you ran regularly, but after taking break one day and again start running from next. You have to take break. Prachi, you have to take break. If there is pain, right, do good massage, right? Apply Volini or any of the painkiller tubes, right? Because that gel will take away the pain. It will reduce the inflammation. You can do the icing. That would be very effective. And then, so running even 3 to 4 days a week, right? 3 to 4 days a week, that is fine. And still, if it hurts, then reduce the speed, decrease the distance. As you become comfortable, again pick up the pace. We have to study upper limb and lower limb through your videos first and then BD Chaurasia. Yes, if you do that, you'll find that BD Chaurasia is like cakewalk, so easy. For next coaching, I'm not getting the question. For next coaching means what? So when our offline class start, how will you meet us? Well. Right now it's not very clear, right? How I would meet you, but as soon as it is finalized, I'll let you know. I'll definitely let you know. The next exam is confirmed. 100%. Next exam is confirmed. From 2023, it is definitely coming up. It has been finalized. So you guys will definitely be going next only. Next only. Yes. Okay. So we close at this point, right? Thank you so much. And it's a nice Saturday, right? So enjoy the Saturday and enjoy the Sunday also. Do study, eat well, right? And on my behalf, eat samosa, rasmalai, right? And yes, I do like puran puri very much, very much. Means so much that even after full stomach, I can have 3, 4. So, yes, lectures are from November. That's right. And thank you so much. Have a great weekend. And we meet on Monday. Yes, go ahead, go ahead. You can ask a question. No problem. Go ahead. We'll meet on Monday, right? Sunday off. Monday will be starting with physiology. I am from India. Is there any test? Right now, we are not keeping the test. Right? We'll keep the test. We'll keep one good grand test, big test after some time. Upper limb and lower limb lectures are from November month, yes? No. Upper limb and lower limb lectures, so they have been, say, I gave that training last year, right? So all those things, they are into our playlist. So you'll be able to find it very easily. West Bengal, well, people say that I'm from West Bengal, or someone say I'm from Kerala, someone say Karnataka. So that's why I say I'm from India. My schooling was in Delhi. I was in Delhi for about 16 years, 14 to 16 years, right? Change 16 schools still passing my MBBS, right? So I studied in Delhi, Chandigarh, Okhla, Srinagar, Kanpur, Calcutta. Then there is a remote village, Mandvi Kutch, then Baroda, then Ahmedabad. That's right, right? So many schools. My father was in bank, so transfers were very frequent. So घूमते रहते थे. So after completion of my post-graduation in medical, I went into the field of engineering, acquired 23 international degrees in IT from Cisco, Microsoft, Sun Microsystems, CompTIA, then became technical evangelist for Novell Southeast Asia. So Novell is an international company whose headquarters is in Utah, USA, and then went into the field of graphic animation and 3D animation, in which we got international best presentation award for incisional burns. That is one of the surgery which is done for the cataract surgery. After my post graduation, after I did my radiology, after that I did the engineering, and then into this field of graphic animation. So it's a long journey. Okay. Thank you so much and see you on Monday. Bye bye.